What's going on, guys? We're back for another episode of a videocast / podcast. Your boys are here. I got an extra guest this time. Will was on the first show. What's up, bro?
Gang, gang.
For those of you who don't know, I'm Daniel Bourke, who's the host of this channel / show. I've got my brother here, William, who's...
I'm an accountant by day, streamer by night. You can follow my alter ego at caring_games. I live stream Fortnite. Gonna say daily, but it's a bit of a lie at the moment because sometimes I don't play because I'm busy with work and just get home and I'm too tired to get on the stream. But yeah, I'm a business person that likes learning about AI, so that's type of what the stuff I'm interested in. So gaming, AI, and business.
My boy. This is my other brother, Josh. If the order is, I'm the oldest, second oldest, third oldest. We've got one more, but he's not on the show. Maybe in the future time we'll get all four of us on here. And who are you, Josh?
Well, I am your third brother.
First
and foremost. But I'm also an app developer. So I have created an app, SCT, the very first app that I put onto the App Store. It's got Google Ads on it and all that other stuff. But yeah, it's on the App Store now. You can search it up, just capital SCT, or if that doesn't work, my name, just Josh Bourke, and you'll find it. It's free. Go download it.
But that's essentially what we're going to be talking about today, and a little bit of Google's I/O event, which was pretty exciting. I know you haven't seen much, but you've seen a little bit of it. But what we might kick off is, I've got the notes here. The notes are really bare bone, really basic notes. But you said you're a Fortnite streamer.
Yeah.
First of all, what's Fortnite?
Fortnite's a battle royale game, so pretty much I'd compare it to
It's a battle royale game.
Yeah, I'd compare it to the Hunger Games. If you've ever seen the Hunger Games movies,
yeah,
it's pretty much you're either individually with a duo, you can play duo, so with a partner, or squads, which is 4 people, which I normally play, so 4 people per squad, and you drop into a map with no weapons, and you need to pick up all your weapons, and you're pretty much pinned against 96 other people, or 99.
96.
Well, if you play squads, you're pinned against
squads,
90.
okay.
Yeah, so 4 people squads, so obviously 25 different teams.
Mm-hmm.
So you're pinned against the other 96 people in the game, or if you play solos, you're pinned against the other 99 people in the game.
So there's 2 main game modes, squads,
yeah,
and you got a team of 4, so you're a little like alpha squad or SEAL team,
yeah,
and you get essentially dropped into an island where you have to fight to the death with the other teams of 4.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or if you go on your own, you're against. Is it free for all?
Yeah.
So wow, that is definitely Hunger Games.
I think that's exactly why this game is just like skyrocketing.
So Fortnite for those who are either dinosaurs or in my age bracket, maybe a little bit older, or parents whose kids are currently obsessed with it. It's like a video game version of the Hunger Games, where you either have a team of 4 and you get dropped off into an island and you have to fend for yourself, or you have a team of 1, which is you, and you have to fight to the death with 100 other people. I love it.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
I
wonder it's taking the world by storm.
I think that's why it's just it's just blowing up.
There's also another massive reason I think that like heaps of people love the game is because like not just by playing by yourself or playing with friends, you create a different story each time you play the game. So each round there's a different story.
Even though it's the same map every time.
But it's the stories that you can tell. Like we have heaps of friends like that we play with, but all the times that we can just say, remember this, and just laugh about it. It's like all the different stories that come from the game, which is just keeping people invested.
They've made the multiplayer so good.
Yeah,
because you have the team of 4.
Yeah,
I think 4's a good number. Like, because what Call of Duty and whatnot, they were like 4, 6 per side.
Yeah, you can go up to 6.
To get a team of 6 was harder to get. Yeah,
it was mainly 4.
4's a good number because not too many. You can pretty easily get 4 people around. If it's just you, you only need 3 more. All right. So Fortnite, we've got the basics of Fortnite down. Now, you live stream, you started on Twitch. What did that look like? How do you do that?
So I started streaming on Twitch and
wait, what does streaming mean for those who don't know what live streaming is?
So pretty much it's just like you broadcast yourself live, essentially. Like, I don't know how to explain it any like simpler than that. Like,
you're going live across the internet.
Yeah, you're broadcasting your live. Like every second that you do is broadcasted, uploaded directly live.
Yeah, because I was trying to explain it to Dad, and I was thinking it's just like a sports game.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
creating
that's a
your
good
own
analogy.
sports game, and like someone would watch a sports game live on TV, I can tune into you on Twitch, which is an online TV channel, and come and watch you play live.
Yeah, but Twitch is mainly focused on live video games, so esports.
So Twitch is live video games.
Yeah.
Like that's their niche.
Yeah, that's their platform.
They've
but
got
they-
other stuff. But
Yeah.
it's, okay. All right. So you started on Twitch, and what were the numbers like there?
So I'll start by saying I started on Twitch because obviously Twitch is the hub for all things live stream gaming related. So I started on Twitch and it was really, really slow going at the start. I would average about 3 to 5 viewers, and then like a good session for me would be...
Okay, what was your first stream like? What did that look like? How many people watched?
I'd say it was pretty big because I put it all out on my socials. I think I got 15 viewers at that stage, and that was...
Wow, in your first stream?
Yeah. 15 viewers, but that obviously that number fluctuated throughout. It wasn't like concurrent viewers, like it maintained viewers. It would go like down and up, so like it would start off at 15 and then drop to like 5 and then go back up to 15 in certain parts of the gameplay. But that was my first stream, and then moving forward from that, I really didn't see any increase in viewers. The highest I ever peaked was 18. That's when a couple of my mates who I was playing with shared it on their Facebooks and stuff.
The combination of shares led to the highest, which was 18 live watching you on Twitch.
And then I think I was streaming on Twitch pretty much weekends and a few times during the week. And I hit a total of, I think, 40 followers. I had 40 followers, which means that every time I went live, they would get an email notifying that I am live, which is
They got
good.
an email, but did they get a notification in the Twitch app? So if they have the Twitch app, do you know if they get a push
They
notification?
should. They should get a ping.
Yeah, you're not
Pretty
sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you get a ping if you have the.
I have the Twitch app on my phone, but I don't get ping notifications. But I do get the email if someone goes live that I'm.
I get the
followed
email.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So Twitch, you got 18, and how you were doing that virtually daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost daily. Yeah. So moving on, I had about 40 followers, and I accumulated about 600 total channel views, which I was pretty stoked with. I thought that was obviously early days. The market's saturated as
Slowly
hell
up,
for
slowly
Fortnite because of just how many people are playing the game.
So there's a lot of people playing Fortnite right now. It's the most popular game on the planet. Right.
So a lot of viewers, but also a lot of people trying to stream it and get their own profiles out. So
yeah, of course, a lot of competition.
So this is where the lesson in distribution comes from, and this is like
Was that lesson in distribution?
Distribution, yeah. So that's kind of the topic of this type of segment of the pod. So last weekend I decided to switch to Facebook live streaming because
Why?
I saw a Fortnite video randomly come up in my newsfeed that someone with X and X was live, and I had didn't even know who this person was.
So you just So you're browsing Facebook
Yeah.
videos, and because you
It wasn't even videos, but I think
just
it
through
was-
your feed.
Yeah, because I was watching Fortnite videos, and
Previously.
I like a lot of Fortnite videos when I watch Facebook.
All
My
right.
friends tag me in a lot of funny Fortnite videos. So
You're just literally scrolling through the feed, and you came up across someone else who you'd never seen before was live streaming.
exactly, yeah. And then so I'm like, all right, I'll give this a go. And anyways, my first stream, I ended up having a top viewer count of 89, and that whole live stream got about 4K views, I think, alone. So 5-6x more than what my Twitch had in a month in one session. One 3-hour stream. I had a top viewer count of 89 and an average viewer count of about 20. And then I got 4K views on that video.
Your first one on Facebook.
Yeah.
I feel like
I couldn't believe
I
it.
feel like crossing from Twitch to Facebook that'll give you like a big boost, morality boost, people actually watching my content.
I was stoked, but it's nerve wracking as hell playing in front of 20 people. because I'm just not used to it. I don't know how like people like the Top Dogs Ninja play in front of like 500k people.
Yeah, that's interesting to me because it's virtual, but it still gives that feeling.
Yeah.
Right? It's like the camera's on. I get that too when the camera's on, but it still sort of feels like you're talking in front of a crowd. Okay, so you get a little nerve-wracking. So your first stream, you broke all records on Twitch in one hit.
Well, all my
his records.
all your records, yeah, of course. All right, so you kept going with that. Why do you think that was? You said distribution.
Yeah.
So that's the key takeaway here.
So obviously Facebook's goal is to increase engagement on their platform. And what creates the most engagement? Videos. Or live videos as an example. Like,
yeah, because live is happening now.
Exactly.
The only other time to watch it is now.
So videos and live videos are the two biggest engagements for them to keep people on their platform watching for longer.
Yeah, because that's what they need, the attention. Facebook want trade and attention. That they're an advertising platform essentially. They love to connect the world, don't get me wrong.
Because everyone who's been on Facebook recently knows if you load a video on Facebook halfway through, an ad will come up.
Oh, really?
In the middle of the video, ads start playing. In the middle of a Facebook video.
I didn't know that. I'm not on Facebook.
Yeah, if not, when you scroll through, like they'll give you recommended videos and they'll scroll you down to like an advertisement. They'll just
really?
They'll sneak. They find their way to sneakily just slip it in.
So not like YouTube where it's just on the front of the video. I suppose some YouTube videos have them in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on how long the video is for.
Yeah, so it's just their way of getting engagement. It's just they start putting.
Okay, so you think, all right, here's what I understand. So you were streaming on Twitch, so you were starting from absolute zero there, so it was hard to get the numbers up, right, because the market's saturated. But when you shared your link to Facebook, you got the most viewers.
Yeah.
But that still requires, you shared your Twitch link to Facebook, that still requires people to take a step.
Yeah.
The more steps, the less people want to do it. Right, so the distribution lesson is because it's live and embedded on Facebook.
Yeah,
a lot of people are on Facebook.
When
a third of the world is on Facebook. Yeah.
When people scroll past, they see the game already playing. The game already starts playing in the background and they see me. Whereas with the Twitch link, it would just show my thumbnail and my caption and just a photo of my Twitch icon.
Yeah.
So, whereas with the Facebook, obviously it shows the video straight away and you can see that I'm playing and like you won't hear any sound until you actually click on the video.
That is definitely true. Like after what Will just said, like you can definitely see what he's playing because you can tell when he's near the end of the game, his viewer base will spike. Like it will go up.
Because they like to watch the end of the game.
Yeah, the juicy part.
Which is weird because sometimes the end of the games can be the most boring parts, whereas the middle of the game is probably, I would argue, the best part to watch.
Really?
Middle of the start is the best part to watch because the starts you can go absolutely crazy, or same with the middle. And the middle is like when you have the best like kind of engagements in the game, like the best kind of fights and battles, whereas the end game can often be, I would say, relatively boring because it's just a bit of like back and forth between two groups, especially if it's a 4-on-4 situation, but I won't go into those details.
Yeah, you don't go too much into depth. They can see you live if they want to see more.
Yeah.
Where is it at on Facebook?
At Caring Games.
At Caring Games, yeah.
You'll link it
link it in the description, you know the drill. Alright, so I think that's a key point for anything to take away. That's what I'm trying to do as well. I mean, I make YouTube videos. I try to put the podcast out so people can get video, audio, written word. There's notes on my website. Distribution is key.
Yeah.
You can make the best thing, but if no one can access it,
exactly,
then
you can have the best product, but if you got no shelf space, what do you got? Nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
Nothing.
And I think that's a good segue into making products. Speaking of making products, my boy here he beat me to the App Store. Yeah. Right? He beat me to the App Store. He's got his first game, SCT, which is it's addictive, mate. Yeah. But I haven't played it because someone beat my high score, and frankly, I was a little bit mad. So I haven't been back on it yet. So explain. First of all, before we get into what the app is, because it's relatively simple, you could probably download it and pick it up within 3 seconds. That's how you intended it to be, right?
Yeah, just basic.
But how did you start? How did you get into building apps?
Well,
why? Or why did you want to get into building apps?
Well, I've always I've always wanted to be in like the tech sort of side of things, like learn how to program some sort of thing. But Mum would always be like, "Oh, you gotta build an app. You guys gotta put your heads together and build an app." Like, yeah, and she kept saying that. I deviated from that. I did like game design. I did like web design. I just kept tasting all these different like data types, if you say to speak. And then I was just like, Daniel comes to me one day. He's like, "Oh, this guy recommends doing this course on Udacity," and I was like, Udemy, sorry. And Udemy, and I'm just like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot. And we both gave it a shot. We got about, I got a bit further than you did because you just went on to do ML, machine learning, and I just kept sticking at it. And then I was like, I got kind of, I would say not bored, but I got to the point where I was like restless with the videos. So I'm like, yeah, I'm sitting here building something that this instructor is telling me what to build. And I was just like, with all the resources, I was like, how hard is it really to build an app? Like, how hard? I wanted to see how hard it was. Yeah. So what I did was I recently got a new Mac computer, and I was just like, I got a new computer. You start. Like I'm gonna put an app out. I gave myself a deadline, and there was still heaps of things that I didn't know. Like I still things I had to keep teaching myself as I was building the app. Like, and if there was like things that I didn't know that I had to do, I'd have to go on like say Stack Overflow or other.
Okay, wait. So you wanted to build an app. Where you said how hard is it to build an app, but where did you get the idea? What did it just come to you what you wanted to build, or were you like, I just want to start with something simple, or I just want to taste it and see what it's like to get an app in the App Store?
It was real weird because I was asking you for websites somewhere or like something where I could make a logo on, and you told me about Canvas or Canva. I went to Canva and the first logo I saw was like a few shapes, coloured shapes. And I was like, what the heck?
Canva's an amazing place. You need any design done, go to Canva. That's a shout out to Canva. That's free, by the way.
They just had one logo up there and I was just like, excuse me? And I just went out and I was just thinking, I'm just like, this app is simple and the idea is simple. Let's just execute. So it's just like, it's really easy. Like
it's just like that, right? See something, all right, let's just do it.
Yeah, it's just like...
Let's do it.
It's just like, yeah, I can do that. Like, it's not overly hard. It's not going to take me... Like, I'm only like a junior developer, but I still consider myself a full app developer because I have products on the store. And, like... I smashed it out. Like, I was doing YouTube tutorial after YouTube tutorial. I was on Stack Overflow, just, like... cutting and splicing and teaching myself how like bits will work together.
Yeah.
And like constantly
just finding what you needed.
Yeah.
So you come across a problem and you'd be like, yeah, I need to solve this.
Time. So like I have an in-game timer. It's just like I don't know how to do that. So I spent like a whole day learning how to make in-game timers. Like not a whole day, but here and there. And I was just like, be times where I'd be building. And don't get me wrong, there was like big walls that I would hit, and I'd just be like, I can't do it. Like I just give up. I'm just like, what's the point? I give it a day or two, and I just let it go. I'd do something else. I'd just go to work and I'd come home and play Fortnite. And then,
well, that's it. You gotta push hard.
Yeah.
And then once you pushed hard for a bit, if you hit a roadblock, I think rest is important too.
Yeah. So that was
because like you'll solve it in the subconscious.
Yeah, because like you just said, solve it in the subconscious. Like. I feel like because I was trying to jam it in so fast, like trying to do everything so quickly, like I was just overthinking it. But then like I would just give it a break. I'd be sitting there like, for instance, on the toilet, and I just solve the problem.
Just you code in your head.
Yeah. I just like, if this doesn't work, then I'll try this. If this doesn't work, I'll try this. Just like problem solving, really. Just going through my head, just like. Just ticking all the boxes, like tick, 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 and then I'd go and implement, and then it just worked, and I'm just like, I'm back on a roll, and then you just keep going.
But it still takes a while to get to that stage where you can start solving in your head.
It's like
you still need to put in that.
You do need like the foundation.
Yeah, the foundation. Like it's not just going to happen.
Yeah, it's not going to just be like. bing, you know how to code.
A lot of my best university assignment ideas came from when I was in the shower, just thinking about random.
Exactly,
Like,
shower as
you're
well.
not even thinking about it, but it just like pops into your head, and you're just like, okay.
Okay,
The
so
moment.
you started on the Udemy course. How much? I think the Udemy course only cost us
Like
$15.
Yeah,
Nothing.
unreal.
Yeah, and now you've got a course.
I just bought 2 of them.
Yeah, you bought Python.
Python and machine learning and data science, 2 of them, for like
Yeah.
$24.
Yeah, it's crazy. Udemy is an amazing place. The online learning space is just exploding.
Yeah.
Now you've got your own. You can say that you've built something on the App Store. That's a lot of people have asked me recently. How did I get an internship? How did I get a job for a developer company? And I haven't even built an app yet or something like that. But I think it's not only courses are important. Don't get me wrong; they give you foundation knowledge. But I think what's more important than that is doing something with it, showing that you can execute. Because having all the knowledge in the world is exactly like having a great product and not having any shelf space. Putting it into work, into something that people can see, is proof of concept, right? That's even more important than courses. So that's something you can do if you were going for an app developer job, which you've been applying for. So if anyone wants to give Josh a job, hit him up. I can vouch for him. He knows a lot of Swift code, but you can say you've built your own app, and it's going to be the first one. So okay, so you got the code done. What was it like when you finished all the code and you're like, oh, this is ready for the store? What does that look like?
What does that look like? So there's like a pretty lengthy process. Like not lengthy, but like that's where you got to actually like the whole thing was free, building the app, everything, until you get to the part where you want to put it on the store. Apple developer certs, and then you have to buy, and then if you were looking at making money through your app, you have to set up a business. If you don't already have a business, like an ABN in Australia.
So you need to set up a business name, a business
in
number.
Australia, yeah. So
in Australia,
for tax purposes.
Okay.
And then once you get
what does that cost?
So, well, in Australia, the Apple developer cert is $150, and then the $300 for the business with the name. So I got the name, my Jab Studios name, patented. That's my name, and then I was ready to put it on the store. So after all that.
And so so you're in Xcode, you submit your app to the store. How long does it take before I can play it?
Apple are really quick with it actually. Like, so what you do is you're on Xcode, you upload the Xcode profile up to the store, up to the cloud sort of, and it's linked to your Apple IDs. So you get your developer cert, you can log in there online to iTunes to connect, and then when you go to publish the build after it's been authenticated and like checked by Apple, like it'll appear, and then when it appears on iTunes Connect, that's when you can then publish it onto the store. So you select your screenshots, your app icon, the build that you're going to run.
Okay, so wait, you publish the code, but you still need the screenshots of what the app looks like. So that's on the App Store. If you look for an app, you can see all the screenshot
like the previews and then
the app. Alright, once again the camera is turned off. I've got to fix that for episode 3. Remind me to do that. But we were just talking about the marketing of his app. So, podcast listeners, apologies once again. Marketing, so you got 40 plus downloads because you posted on Facebook and you got all your friends to download it.
That was just in chats, like group chats, I mean.
And we were saying, hopefully, viewers, guys, go download Josh's app, give it a play, give it a rating, give some honest feedback in the comments.
Yeah, and like any game modes you want me to add, I'm happily to add.
If you beat 54, let me know.
54? Well, I would think I was, I don't know, I think I got 60 or 57. Maybe 57.
77, isn't it?
77 by Sam. So far,
our little brother, so the smallest one, got 77. So if you download SCT and get 77, send me a screenshot and I'll give you a shout out on one of my next videos or podcasts or something like that.
And we'll rub it in Wham's face.
Yeah, we'll record it rubbing.
He thinks he's untouchable.
He's apparently the best at everything.
The best. Anyway, Wham, not for long. Alright, so distribution and what do you think is the biggest takeaway that you'll get from, or that you'll take into building your next one? Or if there's someone... Oh, we got another technical difficulty. Recording error.
Do we just lose the whole pod?
Nah, we Gucci. We'll get the audio from the whatever. Alright, we're back online. Alright.
A few technical difficulties.
Alright, so somehow I'll edit this to all be smooth, but we are back online on the video and the pod.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Alright, so we were saying, what do you think will be the biggest takeaway from you building your app to building the next one? Or, same similar question, if someone who's watching, someone who's listening wants to get into building their own thing, app, whatever it is, what do you reckon?
So, for starters, what the one massive thing that I like that you probably didn't include in one of the roundups that you did was the people you surround yourself with is a major key when you're building something like this. So, like, yeah, old people may not old people as in mum and dad. They didn't understand the fact that I was building an app to share with people online. So most people won't understand, like, oh, what are you doing this for? It's just like, it's just the way the future's going, mum. Just know that. So, like, surround yourself with people that are going to either just boost you up and, like, tell you to keep going, keep building, and keep progressing. But I feel like it's also doubters as well. People that are going to doubt you and just be like, you can't do this, that you won't be able to do this. Have a little bit of them on the side. Everyone's like, oh, always surround yourself with people who are just going to boost you up the whole time. A few people that are going to just shoot you down are the people that kept me going, really. Because they're just like, you won't be able to build an app on the App Store because you were this in school, like you were this. Like, I've branded myself, just like, are you kidding?
Yeah, you can be whoever you want to be.
You can do whatever you want.
Now I'm Josh, app dev. What up, man?
Yeah, like,
screw you guys.
Yeah, it's just like a fuel to the fire, really. It's just like,
yeah. Well, Billsy's about to be Mr. 100K over here. Fire out.
It's literally a
oh,
fuel.
Man.
It's literally a fuel to the fire. Like, it's just like, you won't be able to do this. You can't do this. It's just like, well, I
love it. I love it. It's exactly it. It's like, as soon as someone says you can't do something, it's like,
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I now have a mission.
Yeah, you just have that switch that just...
Alright, so thank you for your insight. Download SCT app. I've said it a lot, but I'm going to say it again. Link will be in wherever you're getting this. It'll be in the description of some sort. Alright, so the final topic. We'll close out the podcast. Maybe keep this one a little bit short because I'm sure you've seen it blasted all over.
We could probably do a whole episode on this as well.
Yeah, we could probably do a whole episode, but I think
we'll just talk about it a bit more.
We just touch on it. Alright, so Google, if you haven't seen, had their massive I.O. event, Google I.O. 2018, which is essentially where they'd be like, hey world, look at the technology we've been building for the past year. It is insane, as usual, because Google are just phenomenal with everything they do, pretty much. So, one of the big standouts was Google Duplex. And if you haven't heard it, I'll try put some audio or a video in here somewhere or a link to something, but it sounded real. So if you've ever used a smart speaker or a Google Home or something like that, so you can sort of tell that the voice is pretty good, but it's not. You can sort of tell it's a bit
robotic.
Yeah. So what Google Duplex is like your personal assistant, which uses a combination of natural language processing, natural language understanding, speech-to-speech translation, all these fun little machine learning, deep learning technologies combined into one, and it's all within a little smart speaker. Like, it's going to work on your future devices or future Android phones with the Google Assistant, potentially iOS through the Google app. And already you can ask Google, hey, you can ask Google a lot of things. You can be like, hey Google, set a timer. Hey Google, set an alarm. All these little basic tasks. Google, play some music. But Duplex, it literally took it to the duplex. Is that a word? I don't know. Duplex, singleplex. It's now Duplex. It's just doubled that, taking it to level 2. What can Google Duplex do? What did you see of it?
So I'm going to put a business spin on this. And obviously I hope you put in some audio, like an example of Google Duplex working so that they understand what I'm talking about and provide some context.
Alright, the example was Google Duplex, just quickly, in case something happens with Google.
Call a hairdresser.
Yeah, it's like, hey Google, call my hairdresser and book me an appointment for a woman's haircut. And then they played some actual audio of the Google Assistant calling up a hairdresser and going, "Hello, yeah, I'd like to book a haircut for Lisa."
So how can I help you? Hi, I'm calling to book a women's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd. Sure, give me 1 second. Mm-hmm.
And the thing even goes, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It
says,
ums.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It gets the ums and ahs perfectly as if
Ums
it's an
and
actual
ahs.
person.
Yeah, like we say. All right, so the thing can make phone calls for you, which is just bonanza. Anyway, you go.
But yes, I'd just like to start off by saying the advancements Google has made in natural language processing over the past years is just incredible. And I think it's going to open up a lot of big opportunities for business to implement this type of technology into it. The example I want to kick off by saying is, if I was like, say for example, I ran a small Chinese takeaway shop down the road, for example, the one that we go to, imagine having this assistant as your assistant, essentially, working your front counter, answering phone calls and taking orders. You no longer need to hire someone on a $25 an hour wage just to answer the phones for this Chinese shop.
Yeah.
Because the Chinese shop down the road essentially hires someone because they can't even speak English properly to serve their food.
Yes, it's like a point of
pretty much,
communication.
yeah, it's just to come in. It's a takeaway shop, so you come in, you order your food on the phone, and then you come in and pick it up. So this assistant could essentially run their orders through them with how well it understands speech.
Yeah.
And get the order, and then just translate the orders to Mandarin, Chinese, and then they just cook the food and you come up and pick it up.
Yeah, exactly. And then there was another use case for it, similar to what you just said for businesses. So to update whether a business is open on a holiday, for example, you go to Google and you search a business name and you see its trading hours, but sometimes they're not up to date for a holiday or for a weekend. The Google Assistant would call the business, ask them what time they're open on the holidays or if they're open, and then update all of Google's search or Google Maps to have the correct details.
Because I can't tell you how many times, at least at half a dozen, that I've gone on Google, is this place open when it's a public holiday, and it says it's open because its normal trade hours is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on a Monday, but you've rocked up and it's actually closed because it's a public holiday, but you assumed it was open because it says it's open on the website. So I think it's a very small thing, but I think it's
First world problem.
It's a very big thing at the same time.
Is my pizza shop open on a public
Yeah,
holiday?
is Domino's open, man? I need Domino's. Domino's is always open. Yeah, they're
Shout out to Domino's.
They're probably run by AIs by now. Anyway, I would encourage you all to go and check out Google Duplex. There's a lot of videos on it because it was just a mind blower. One other of my favourite takeaways from the Google I/O event was Google AI in healthcare, but we can probably do another episode on this in the future, maybe a little bit more or something like that. Essentially, Google took medical records anonymized, so they couldn't tell who they belonged to, and used machine learning techniques over 100,000 different data points, and were able to more accurately predict whether a patient would be readmitted, so they'd already been in hospital and they came back, whether they were going to come back 24 to 48 hours ahead of traditional methods, which is massive, especially when you're talking about patients. 1 to 2 days ahead by using machine learning techniques over data that already exists. There was an amazing blog post about it. I'll link that below. But that was another massive standout for me. But we'll probably talk about more of the Google I/O event in the future. But thank you so much for tuning in to episode 2. We had a few takeaways there. What was number 1? What was yours?
A lesson in distribution.
Lesson in distribution. You can have the best product in the world, but it doesn't matter if you don't have any shelf space. Boom. What's yours? We got first app on the App Store.
Building a product.
Building a product. That's it. Courses are great, but knowledge without using it is is wasteful. Don't do that. If you're learning something, put it out there. Write a blog post about it. Share it with someone else. Build a product.
One of my favourite quotes is, "Knowledge without mileage is bullshit."
Boom. That can be some sort of episode quote. Knowledge without mileage is bullshit. And then Google
Shout out
I/O.
to Chris Geffen on that one.
Some amazing technology through the Google Duplex. As always, if you wanna be on the show, ask any questions, send me an email, daniel@mrdbourke.com. Check the description for all the show notes, links, and all that jazz. But otherwise, we'll see you next week.
Peace out.
You guys got to work on your sign-offs. You signing off?
Yeah.
You got to say something because the pod.
Peace out, y'all.